I pray that you distill my intentions into your greatest good. Open my heart, enter, instruct, and be merciful on me, O God. Teach me, teacher, and all the other teachers bestowed upon me likewise. May I honor your spirit in the actions I take hereafter. Protect me, God, and bring near me only those interested in helping me serve you completely. Amen. God, I pray that you distill my intentions into your greatest good. Open my heart, enter, instruct, and be merciful on me, O God. Teach me, teacher, and all the other teachers bestowed upon me likewise. May I honor your spirit in the actions I take hereafter. Protect me, God, and bring near me only those interested in helping me serve you completely. Amen. God, I pray that you distill my intentions into your greatest good. Open my heart, enter, instruct, and be merciful on me, O God. Teach me, teacher, and all the other teachers bestowed upon me likewise. May I honor your spirit in the actions I take hereafter. Protect me, God, and bring near me only those interested in helping me serve you completely. Amen. At this time, I invite all those interested in the intentions set in my prayer. If you love me, if you want to help me, come forward with this invitation. I thank any ancestor, spirit guide, angels, and the spirit that attends this session with me and with all of us in the collective. I thank you all. I ask that you only help me deliver messages that will help us all to reach your highest good, and that no negative influence be present during this reading. Amen. Hey collective, welcome to the reading. The energy is clear and set. I'm going to get these cards nice and shuffled up and pull one archetype card for us. This is the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. Okay, this is really interesting. So these cards, all three came out. The Mentor, the Mother, the Eternal Child. And what I thought was interesting about this is number 6, VI. This is I, number 1. And this is IV, number 4. And so I just thought the numerology of that is really interesting. Altogether, it adds up to 11. There's just like a lot of little tiny messages. So if those things mean anything to you, I'm going to go ahead and leave all three of these out. We'll see what comes out through the course of the rest of the reading. Let me put these up here. Maybe you can see them. I'm going to let these inspire me through the course of the reading intuitively, and then we'll see if the book message would be helpful to us. Really interesting. On the bottom of this deck is the Unseen. So I'm going to leave that up to inspire me as well. Okay. I'll drink a little water. All right. Let's get a Moonology card. And so we're looking for an inspired topic out of these first cards that come through. So that's what I'm looking for here, is an inspiration for the overall general message of this general timeless reading. I'm a Libra Sun, Taurus Moon, Sagittarius Rising, and my Venus is also in Libra. I've been practicing card reading for about 1 to 2 years, depending on which aspect of it you're thinking about. I do personal readings. Feel free to reach out about that. The first card that popped out of this deck is New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. A time to give rather than take. Interesting. The mentor, the mother, the eternal child. Time to give rather than take. Be bold and make the first move, Cardinal Moon. And surrender to the divine, full moon, is at the bottom of the deck. And that's really interesting with this unseen card, because the divine is the unseen. Okay, let's keep fiddling along for this inspiration. Take the sunstone off and go to this empathic oracle. Number 42, containers. Number 14, focus. Number 3, throat chakra. Number 2, third eye chakra. Interesting. It's too many. Number 50, chameleon. And number 37 on the bottom of the deck, the past. What this is really communicating to me so far is this is about stepping forward into power. This is about using the resources that have been gathered over time, the teachings that have been given, and applying them to make forward progress. And so our mentors, our mothers, influence us in a way that helps us to make decisions before we're capable of making those decisions on our own. They help us to, it's kind of like a game of chess, right? You look ahead into the future of the potential possibilities in order to plan your moves. But if the game of chess is completely brand new, it's impossible to do that kind of manipulation of the pieces. So someone teaches the young chess novice about how to play this game and how to be strategic. And that's how life works as well. There's people in our life. Now, sometimes we don't get the best, we get kind of the short end of the stick on who mentors us, on who teaches us. And there might be a lot to unpack. And that's where this internal child comes in, because no matter how great our caretakers and mentors are, or how bad, there's always some work to do on the eternal child, on that childlike spirit that lives within us, on that inner child who the experiences that form that being impact who we are as adults. So if there wasn't healthy boundaries, if there wasn't healthy examples of how to live life and how to navigate through problems, there may be some issues with codependency or other trauma responses to life when there's not a better model. But the beauty of life is that we can move forward when we have new information. So as we get that new information, it becomes a time to pass that along. And we kind of, there's this phrase that you give it away so you can keep it, so that those like karmic realities keep coming back to you. Karmic lessons are difficult, but they do give us the wisdom necessary to move forward and make better choices in the future. So as we've learned from our mentors and our mothers, as we've processed through these things and taken care of this inner child, this eternal child, this part of us that's always going to be the fresh, undamaged, original copy. Like, we spend our lifetime trying to return to wholeness. The mentor, the mother, they try to deliver us, right? We're in this nest being taken care of. But also, like, this is a snake, right? And so snakes smother, they strangle. So, like, there may be some element of the way we were taken care of operating sort of like choking out our authentic selves. And so then we enter into mentorship. We find people who are even more in line with the ways we want to be in life. Now, that's just not to say you can't want to be in line with your parents. If you are, great, this might not be for you. But as we combine the lessons we got from our home with the lessons we get through our life experiences and the people who kind of adopt us under their wings, we can heal and bring light back to this eternal child. We can return closer to wholeness as we incorporate those life lessons in our decision making, as we turn that wisdom from experience into intelligence. Now, part of that is containers, right? Is being able to put things where they belong, put our feelings in the containers that they belong in, so that they don't breed irrational or over-the-top responses, right? So that we can still respond rather than react to things. We have to learn to container that. And one therapy has been super helpful for me in being able to put things in containers and compartmentalize them. And these kind of things require focus. And setting these boundaries requires paying attention, intentionally approaching our relationships with the intention of them being better for our well-being and the well-being of all involved, right? We're constantly searching for the highest good, the greatest good. God's will is the best, greatest outcome for all. So as we learn to do these containers, as we focus, it helps us to control the things that we say and control our behaviors. And as we do that, as we gain that control, as we stay in that still calmness, then our third eye begins to truly open. We can see things from other perspectives because we're not immediately reacting, but rather we're responding based on the intelligence, based on the wisdom that we gained from our childhood through our parents and through the other mentors that we've been with. Now, a lot of us use this information in different ways. Sometimes we're a chameleon in a negative way, in which we fit into any crowd so that we go unnoticed for reasons that come from fear, right? That we don't want to bring attention to the self. So we act out as a chameleon in fear of being seen as authentic and rejected, or being seen as authentic and punished in some way, or being treated as some negativity. But manipulation has both a positive and a negative connotation, right? So if we manipulate people to get our way, and it's based of self-interest or against the best interest of that person, that's very negative. But we can also manipulate the elements, manipulate our thoughts, manipulate our bookshelves, right? In order to create order. And that's what containering is, right? So sometimes instead of using our ability to be a chameleon to hide from situations, we can blend into the experience to absorb that perspective and then create containers so that we can process that information into something useful. And that requires being bold and making moves. That requires opening ourselves up to vulnerability, because vulnerability is hard and it's very risky. And so as we open ourselves, we're bold and we open ourselves up to that. When we give of our own vulnerability, of our own selves, rather than taking and having expectations, we shed this past. We leave that past behind and fly forward into that future. Okay. This is really beautiful. It's hard to surrender to the divine. It's hard to give in to the unseen. Underneath that, the unseen, the sustainer. Ooh, interesting. And the destroyer. The unseen is the sustainer and the destroyer. That's so interesting. The sustainer and the destroyer. The unseen. Not everybody knows this story, but the Noah story of Noah's Ark, after God flooded the worlds, that's when rainbows came. Like, rainbow was a promise that God would never do that again, would never take away existence. And, biblically speaking, I believe that that's a metaphor for valuing experiences for what we learn from them and what they give and take, right? So sometimes, in this deck, this liminal space deck, I wouldn't be surprised if it came out, has this deck that, or has a couple of different cards that apply to this, but one of them is the dream disguises the nightmare. And anyway, let's just go to that deck, actually. Let's do it. And then we'll finish up with a little bit of advice from the tarot. Maybe some charms. Oof, this is a wretched shuffle. I do want to share that I'm really excited to be collaborating with another card reader and magician. If that's what we call ourselves, magician, witch, I don't know. But I am excited to announce that we are working on putting together a Patreon channel for extended content, learning, book clubs, all sorts of stuff. So keep your ears and eyes peeled for more information about that. It should be pretty exciting. If you want to check Britt out, Witch and Wonder, maybe it's Witch and the Wonder. I'm not looking right now, but you can find her. Let's see. Interesting. But the Patreon is coming. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Please like, share, and subscribe. Especially subscribe, because I can't make money on commercials until I have 1,000 subscribers, and I have like 50 something, which is amazing. I can't believe I have 50 subscribers in just a couple months. That's like incredible. But I'm on leave from teaching for COVID, so it would be great to be able to pull some passive income from something as silly as a lot of people pushing that subscribe button. If you share and like and subscribe, I would appreciate it so much. Wow. All right. Anything else? Okay. So, There it is. I knew it was going to come out. The wound and the gift. The gift is the rainbow after the flood. The wound is the thing that taught us to appreciate it. So, the dark night of the soul. Whatever it is that this eternal child, this inner child, had to go through that was painful and deep, that was a dark night of the soul experience. And as you come forward out of that dark night of the soul experience, understand that this is a spell that's working in your life for the highest good, for the greatest good. 3-3, that's my favorite number, and my age. But 3-3-3, that's like, look it up. You'll enjoy it. But so through this dark night of the soul, it's like unlocking the next tool in your life, which is the manifestation magic of applying your wisdom as intelligence into decisions to manifest better outcomes. When things don't work out, when things are hard, when things feel ugly, when people say or do horrible things that knock you back into some feelings that are reminiscent of this dark night of the soul, remember that it's not about you. Okay? Codependency, Pia Melody does some really great writing on this. Codependency is prevalent in human relationships in our society because there's so little example built in on healthy communication and boundaries and how to handle our own feelings, how to cope. That almost never is something really about us, and so we have to remember that. And when we get to that point, when we go through this dark night, when we recognize that we are put here on a very specific, to us, unique journey, and recognize that the ways the world is against us is not really about us, right? We could be solving karmic debt for people that's not even related to us. Then we go, wow, what a time to be alive. Then we find grateful in the nature and the sheer existence of things. We figure out that it's true. We are within ourselves. Now, let's see what this book has to say about, is it true there is no other? The ladybug's red and black exterior shell is not the wings, but rather the elytra, or wing cases. Translucent and folded underneath the elytra, the true wings are unseen. The true wings are unseen unless in flight. So it is with the human form and the soul. As long as the ego is attached to the illusion of personal identity, the meaning of this card will remain evasive. However, a mere moment of experiencing the inherent unity of all things can inspire dramatic internal shifts. This is that. A mere moment of experiencing the inherent unity of all things can inspire dramatic internal shifts. As we make that internal shift, then we can recognize that it's the wound and the gift. We've been delivered into a higher vibration and we never have to go back down again. How beautiful is that? We can surrender to that divine. That's the offering, is to surrender to the divine, the sustainer and the destroyer. Wow. The unseen. All right, let's break into the tarot. Get some advice. Okay, Spirit, here's the thing. We hear you. We gotta lean into it, give into it, appreciate it. Okay. Avoid codependent behavior. Allow ourselves to be vulnerable. Take the lessons that we've learned and the wisdom we've gained and turn that into intelligence. Healing our inner child. Giving those emotions the attention and respect they deserve so that we can arrive to a healthier place. So Spirit, in the heart of these things, what's your advice for us? What's your advice, Spirit? Anything? Seven of Cups in reverse. Four of Cups in the upright. Eight of Cups in the upright. Four of Swords in the upright. Nine of Swords in the upright. Ace of Cups in the reverse. And the Sun in the reverse. What's Devil in the reverse on the bottom of the deck? I'm asking Spirit to help me clarify these messages with some charm. Seven of Cups in reverse. Feeling blocked by indecision, fear of making the wrong choice, overwhelm. The Four of Cups in the upright. Missing opportunities for abundance, a time to meditate, frustration and boredom, being a brat, not appreciating what you have, apathy, introspection, stability leading to boredom. The Eight of Cups in the upright, letting go, releasing that which no longer serves you, a ritual releasing, a time to move stuck energy, walking away, leaving your old reality to pursue a new one, abandonment, disappointment. Four of Swords in the upright, a time of deep rest, transmutation of shadow, healing from burnout, taking a brief holiday from your reality, renewal, self-love. The Nine of Swords in the upright, nightmares, worry, feelings of depression or anxiety, insomnia, fear, an opportunity to find courage, a time to focus on safety and the things that are going well in your life. The Ace of Cups in the reverse, a time to nurture more self-love, making sure you aren't repressing your emotions, opening up to the possibility of love. The Sun in the reverse, delays, negative mindset, self-doubt or lack of confidence, a need to tune out a negative mindset and to find inspiration. And finally, the bottom of the deck, that overall energy, the reverse is release, freedom from addiction, on the cusp of a breakthrough, liberation, not wanting to see your own role in a negative circumstance, realizing that you are giving power away, feeling helpless, breaking the chains. Whoa. That's what I got from all these charms too, is that there's forward movement, okay? There's money, there's growth and life experience, there's calm and peace, there's magic, there's childlike nature, there's wisdom, there's protection, there's hard work, there's spiritual freedom, transformation, like that tiger feeling gives me like this, like more protection, but probably from within the self, goals and aspirations, and sometimes a broken heart, and a broken heart isn't bad. So overall, here's what I'm getting from this message. You're on the brink, collective. You're processing wounds, old wounds that will become gifts as you take what you've learned and apply it to healing. See, it's a child. That's the gift, the eternal child. Gift yourself. Give to yourself rather than take away from yourself. Make moves for yourself. Don't struggle with indecision. Take some rest. Take a deep look at yourself. Why are you bored? Why does this stability that's been brought forward in this 8 and 4 of Cups, like, what do you need to walk away from and release in order to pass that threshold, in order to release yourself from these thoughts, in order to give yourself that new cup? Look, what is it that you need to release over here that will allow you to focus on the abundance of this brand new 1 cup? What is it? I'll ask myself the same. Keep your eye out for information on the Patreon. There will be extended readings. My first plan is to start doing readings by the signs for all 12 zodiac signs. So I hope you have a wonderful night. Be blessed.